Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this German whisper Sudoku that was created by a British author Marty Sears for the recent Sudoku Grand Prix. And it's the first time I've seen this name, Marty Sears, but it was a good idea having them to take part in setting this puzzle because it's a very nice puzzle. It was worth 90 points, which is a lot in Sudoku Grand Prix, and yet I didn't find it to be the most difficult in the set by far. In my opinion, the most difficult was Fortress. But then German Whispers is not that common in Grand Prix. The variant was created by a German author, Christoph Seliger, back in 2019 during the World Sudoku Championship. And the variant has had a real, activity, I should say. All right, so the special rule is that whenever two cells are linked by a green line like this, the difference between the digits must be at least 5. So that's the rule, and I recently solved a puzzle on the channel by Akash Durrani where I first messed up and then made a redeeming video. So the first thing to note with German Whispers is that 5 can never be on the green line because if you have a difference of at least 5, that's at most 0 or at least 10, which is not allowed. So in such a region, 5 must be here, 5 must also be here. Now it can't be here, so in this region 5 must be here. In this region 5 is here. And then in this region it's here. In this region it's here. Now it will be here, and there, and there, and just like that, all the 5s have been placed in the grid. All right. The second thing to note is that a length 8 German Whisper is very very constrained, because there are digits that can only have one neighbor, namely 6 can only be next to the 1, and then 7 can only be next to 1 and 2. So wherever you place the 6, you must have the 1 next, and then the 7, and then the 2. So it could be like this, for example, 6, 1, 7, 2, or the other way around. And starting from the other end, you have the 4, which can only have the 9 as a neighbor. And then you have 8 that can only have 3 and 2. No, sorry. Then there's 3 that can only have 9 and 8 as neighbors, so 3 must be here and 8 there. So there are only 2 ways of filling this. One of them is what I just started. The other way around is starting with the 4 here, then 9, then 3, then 8, but this clashes with this 8. So 4 is on the other end. So that's a 3, that's an 8, and starting from the other end, 6, 1, 7, and 2, and this works as well. And the same is happening here. So you see that 8 is either in 4th or 5th position, according to the side you begin with. And because of this 8 can't be here, it can't be in 5th position, so it will be in 4th position starting from here. So the order is 4, 9, 3, 8, 2, 7, 1, and 6. So that's a neat start. And if you're familiar with the German Whispers, that's not so difficult. So next, the rest of the solve won't be as easy, I think. So next, using those 8s, we find that this is 8. And then on the green line, there's some alternate low and big numbers. So that's a big number. So this has to be low. It can't be a 2, so it has to be 1 or 3. This can't be 1 or 3, so it must be 2. 4 is not available, but 4 wouldn't work anyway. So this, with 8 and 9 here, that has to be the 7. Now 4 and 6 are not here, and because of that, they are precisely here. This 9 now goes there, and this is 1 or 3. And on this row, we need 1, 2, and 3. And here we need 7 and 9. So this now has to be a small digit from 1, 3, 4. And I think that's it for this part. Now, here we need digits from 1, 3, and 9. Here we need digits from 1, 3, and 7. And here we need digits from 2, 4, 6. And we can see that 4 here wouldn't work because 9 is not available there. But 2 and 6 would work. 3 wouldn't work with any of those two digits, so 3 is not an option here. And here 3 wouldn't work either. Everything else looks possible. 2 and 4 would work with the 9, 6 would work with the 1, and with 6, 1 here, that's 2 and 7, and that works also. So I think that's it for this part. Now I'm seeing that with 8, there has to be an 8 here. And that's interesting because it means that those two cells must contain big digits, and not the 7. So this is from 6, 8, 9. This can't be a 6 because it would have to be surrounded by 1 and 1. So this is from 8 and 9. And those here are small digits. So this is 1 or 3. And this is from 2, 3, and 4. So now here we have, what do we have? Or is it the place to look? Oh, now I'm seeing that there has to be an 8 somewhere in here. And 8 will be next to a small digit, which is not 2 or 4. So it will be 1 or 3. But then what about perhaps this column? This column needs 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 7, and 9. So this is 1, 7, or 9. This is 3 or 9. This row still needs 1, 3, 6, 7. So this is 3 or 6. This can't be a 6 because those two would have to be a 1. So this is from 1, 3, and 7. And actually 6 in any of those cells would put a 1 here, which is not available. So this row 6 is actually here. So that's not a 6. And 6 is somewhere in here. And that's very interesting. Well, there's a 6 here. Because 6 will be next to a 1. So this can't be a 1. That's a 3. And that's a 9. And this is 1 or 7. So 6 can still be anywhere in here. And this 3 is not there. It's not there either. Now I get a 1, 7 pair, so that's a 3. That's a 1. And because this is 3 or 4, 7 doesn't work with any of them. So that's the 9, that's the 7. 1 and 2 both work with the 7. Here now this is 1 or 3, so that has to be a big digit. And the only big digit left is 8. This row still needs 2, 3. Oh, actually, I'm seeing, just by the rules of Sudoku, that this has to be a 3. Here I get a true 4 pair, but a 4 here will need the 9, which is not available. And this one here makes this a 3, and this is 1 or 7. Here I still need 1, 7, and 2, so that's the 2, and that's the 4. So that's 9, that's 8. And 4 goes there, so that's the 9. And that's a 3. So a lot can still happen in here. This is 1 or 7. And here we need a 4 somewhere, but 4 doesn't work with 1 or 7, so that's the 4. And those now must be 9 and 6. So that this can only be 1, that's 7. We're getting there, but there's still some work to do. On this row, I still need 2, 3, and 6. Now 3 won't work with any of them. That's not a 2. And 6 here would need a 1 there, which is not available, so that's the 3. So this has to be 8 or 9, but 9 is here, so that's an 8. This must be a small digit, 1 or 2, namely. This is not a 3, so actually this a 3 here tells me that this is not. This 3 here tells me that this is 6, that's a 3. This is from 1, 2, and 6. Now this has to be a big digit. It can still be a 6 or a 9, except that there's a 6 in here. Well, I could have seen this 6 here, disambiguating all of that. Here I need a 4 and a 7. This is from 1, 2, and 6. This is from 1 to 6 and 7. So at this point, I remember just plainly bifurcating during the contest because I didn't, well, I wanted to move on to some other puzzle, but I'll be trying to find a logical way of finishing this. So what would it be? So what would it be? If this is a 2, then this is a 1. Oh, yes, that's it. 2 here makes this a 1, a 7, and a 1. So 2 here forces a 1 there, which doesn't work. So that's a 6. Well, perhaps this is bifurcating after all. Let's say enlightened bifurcating. This one now makes this 7, 1, 7. With the 7, that's a 2. That's a 6, that's a 1, that's a 2, 1, and 6 here. So this certainly deserved some time to solve, but I think it was not that difficult, at least if you're familiar with the common mechanics of German whispers. It's a genre, it's a variation that has been really developed since its inception during the World Sudoku Championship back in 2019. So I think many people are now familiar with this variant. Well, so that was a really neat puzzle, and it was. I welcome such puzzles in Grand Prix. They are absolutely non-struggling puzzles, so just puzzles that need to have a good look at what is happening. Thanks for watching this video, and see you soon on SudoKanard.